Okay, guys, what we're going to do today is we're going to create the negatives we need for the next step of our blueprint drawings on the transparencies based on the images we collected last time. Now, of course, you can always change your mind on your images if you have since then, but take a look at what we're going to do today. I'm going to do two different ways of approaching this. One as a positive image where I'm going to draw the negative here, and then we will create the positive. And then from there, I'll also do one where the lines are negative. So the lines are white on a black background. So we're going to work from that. What you need today from our kit are your two transparency sheets, the China marker here, which is a waxy black pencil. The string here is designed as a sharpening a way of sharpening. When you use this tip down or it breaks, you pull on the string for about 1/4 of an inch, and then you peel off this bit of paper off the end, and then it reveals the next bit of tip. And if you still have it around, your red card that we traced with might be handy on here. Now, I have printouts of the images that I found for this project. If you don't have a printer, then what you want to use is your Chromebook screen. So you can scale things to fit there and work straight from your Chromebook screen with the transparency and your pens. Now, if you have Sharpies, you might try those. I don't recommend them. There's a reason why I didn't give them to you, because Sharpie doesn't create an opaque mark. It creates a black mark, but not a fully opaque black mark, even though that is a little bit more precise and easily controlled. You can build the two if you like. I'm going to stick only with China marker since that's what was in your kit. Now, the images I've decided to use are this little cute drawing of a camera. I'm going to try to do this with in reverse. And then this one here, I'm using these little dudes from what's it called? From Among Us to be able to do my little design on that as well. So we're going to see if I can pull this off here for us and see if it's going to work at all in my design. So I'm going to try two different designs. That's what I'm asking you to do. And I'm going to show you how to get started with it. So to start, you need to know how big your transparency papers were. If you remember, our papers were painted to create a shape that is 4 inches by 5 inches. This is actually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that's the size we've painted. So we want our picture to be able to fit in that. It's nice and small. So what's easy you can do is real carefully and you can do it on the back too, I might do it on reverse so that the plastic's on top, is figure out on my page here, where, oh, here comes the cat. Hold on, let me remove the cat. Where my marks are going to be, and I'm just making little kind of V shapes there on the edges. Can you see that? See, there's little black corners just to indicate where my lines are going to be. Now here, I'm going to center this little camera up in that spot so I know where it's going to go. And then simply move this so I'm not in so much glare. Right in the glare. Where are we going with the glare? I'll go here. And line it up the way I want it. Maybe I want it on a slight angle. That'll be fun. Nope. Look at it tilting up that way. So it'll fit within that way. And I'm just going to use the China marker to carefully draw in the lines. Now, it is not necessarily the easiest thing you've ever drawn with. It's not. Sharpie's much easier. I don't think Sharpie works as well in creating a white line, blocking the light completely. I don't think it's as effective that way, but it sure is easier to control. So I'm going to go around and draw my shape. the cat again. Knowing that my lines are going to show, I'm not just scribbling this in, I'm creating a hatching pattern. Just trying to draw what I see on my image. Now if I take this off, you can see I have this black, here I'll show you on the other side. I have this black drawing of my camera, but I want it to be darker. So I'm going to flip it over and outline some of my marks just a bit more so it becomes a bit more opaque, those areas, so that they will create more of a white mark in my finished print. Just building up some of those marks. This would be a place where if you had a Sharpie and you wanted to add it, you could go back in with Sharpie here as well. Put more detail in. And what we end up with is our first negative, number 1. Okay, for the second negative, I'm going to do this sped up, but give you all my description in the front, so you can see what I'm going to do. Similarly, I'm going to mark my corners so I know how big of space I want to work with. And then I'm going to attempt to create this in negative. We'll see if it works. If not, I'll switch to these little dudes, but that would mean I'm coloring the spaces between. So in this case, I'm going to trace this whole image. There's my cat again. And I'm going to give you the whole, I'm going to do it, and then go back in to make the areas darker on the other side. So you can watch that all sped up. And I don't need to talk through it so that you can see it happen with the same goal of having an image that I can create. This one's going to create a white drawing on a blue background. This one should create images where the little dudes are dark on a light background. So I'm going to draw that in reverse. So it's your choice how you want to do it. You may do 2 this way, you may do 2 this way. I just want to demonstrate both options for you. So I'm going to stop talking and draw and speed up the video so you can know what's going on and not have to watch for another 8 minutes. I created was 2 different images. One where in the final product This image will be white lines on a dark ground, and this will be reversed, where we will have light values where it's dark here. It might not stay all the way white, but it'll stay light. And then where there's been no drawing, the light should go all the way through, and we should get a reverse image of that, which will resemble this original drawing more than the negative that I drew. Good luck, guys. We'll see what you do. Try your best. And if you've got a Sharpie, you can always go back in and do some details.